my gosh, let me tell you that. We all know Dee does the most, right? She's worse
He is
than
the
me.
bomb.com. He is the bomb.com. We chatted it up.
If Dee
Hey,
is
Dustin.
saying, if Dee is saying that, then it's okay. So Chris, can you give him an official intro and a little bit about keto before ketosis, or go for it.
I want to introduce you to my friend, Dustin Schaefer. I met him in 2015. We were at a muscle activation techniques seminar together, and he had the first ever drinkable ketones, and it was something that I needed. And we clicked. We sat together all weekend. He actually introduced these ketones to me for my son, who started taking them, and then I followed along with my son, and it's been a game changer ever since. Dustin has since turned into the Keto Pro for the Prove It company, and he can answer any question you may have, or he'll find out the answer to any question you may have about ketones. He is tied in with all our doctors and scientists. He's one-to-one with all these guys. He hosts Keto Academy, which is the largest keto conference in the world, put on by Prove It. And that way he gets to introduce all the doctors and the scientists and everybody that speaks to us in these great, great events. So on that note, I'm just going to turn it over to Dustin, because he's going to be the one telling you about ketones. Thanks for
wonderful. Woo! And Dustin, hey, y'all, thank you so much for coming through. Thank you. And I'm hoping that, I know there's different levels of talk. Some people use like a lot of $10 words, but if you can keep it like basic for some people, like starting off, what is keto? What does that mean? Do you have to be vegetarian? Do you have to eat meat? You're on.
Awesome. Well, first off, I got to tell you my win, if you're okay with telling my win for the week. So my mission is to help impact 1 million people every year. And last week on Thursday, we got news that we were making a little adjustment in how we were rolling out our options and what we were doing for people. And over the last 3 days, we've tripled the amount of people we brought in to help improve their lives. And I'm talking about young, old, athletes across the board, vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, everybody. And it's been really, really exciting. So that's my big win for the week. And the second thing I wanted to say, Tina, is thank you for bringing up the food choices selections. I'm a huge fan of people got to find their own journey that ultimately they can stick to. We always say the best diet that you have is the one that you can stick to. And so I appreciate you sharing that. I probably work with more vegans as a coach than anybody in the entire world, although I am not one. So I'm very much open to all different lifestyle choices. But keto, to keep it simple, and really fundamentally as a principle, is a very natural state. Our ancestors, our entire existence has lived in ketosis most of the time. So nothing about it is really new to the human body. The challenge is about 100 years ago, we started increasing these fun foods like sugary treats and candies and McDonald's and French fries. And we just got really predominantly heavy carb heavy, which I don't know if you all are like me, but like to enjoy and indulge on these foods. And what happens as soon as we carbohydrates, our body stops producing ketones as well. But our ancestors didn't have this challenge. They went days without food. They went weeks without food or without carbohydrates. It just wasn't so predominant. So what happens is your body breaks down and makes ketones naturally. And so over the last 8 years, we've been developing and bringing to the world the first ever drinkable ketone supplement. So instead of you doing a crazy Atkins diet or an extremely low carb diet and sticking to it every day, perfect for the rest of your life, to keep ketones in your system, which was natural to humans, we can drink ketones. And when you have ketones in your body, Tina, they provide a sustained energy to your brain, a mental clarity and a focus. They're very, as you can see in Chris, I am 75, you all, so the anti-aging is real. I'm just kidding, Tina. I'm not 75. I knew that was good. I knew I'd get you. But I am 46. I went to my doctor. He's 72, and he was asking me about ketones. True story. I'm actually at the doctor's office right now. And so ketones are an energy that your body needs. It helps with your brain, your muscle, your vitality. It's a natural anti-aging. And then what it also does that a lot of people like is it helps with sugar and carb cravings. It helps with appetite. So that if you want to make a dietary lifestyle improvement and you want to stick to a plan, it's basically it's like will powder. It gives you the ability to stay to the plan because most likely we're going to fall off. Our sons are going to go to college, and your eyes ran with water and tears. You're going to get emotional, and that's when we tend to fall off of the routine that we're in, and then we feel the guilt after. So this is a way to get back on track without feeling the guilt that comes along with all those things. So that's what keto is, a little bit.
Unmute, Tina.
I love how you're addressing the sticking to the plan, Dustin, but I've got to tell you, the first thing I noticed drinking them was the better mood I was in and the motivation I got. It just lights up my brain. Can you talk to that?
I can. So this is something that's near and dear to me. I'm a former recon Marine and college athlete, and I've been hitting the head a lot. And if you know anybody that's been hitting the head, it's not a good future, unfortunately. It's a really tough road. And what happens as we get older and we've had injuries, or if we've abused carbohydrates as a child. I abused carbohydrates, cereal every day, bars every day, pizza every day. Your brain slows down, and we don't realize it until it's really slow, right? You don't know that my mom at 72, when she was 65, it was very evident her brain was slowing down, and it freaked us out. Now at 72, she's traveling the world. What happens is when your brain slows down, it's not uptaking energy properly. And I'm not going to get too technical, but basically when you go eat food, whatever that is, and if the food breaks down into energy in your body, if it doesn't get to your brain is slowing down rapidly. The signals are slowing down. Well, that impacts your mood. It impacts your focus. It impacts your hunger. And that's why when you're trying to get an old dog to learn a new trick, they don't want to learn it, is because this thing has slowed down rapidly. Well, ketones basically they don't speed it back up. They give it back its normalcy. They go right into the brain naturally. And that's why we see people get this mental clarity. My wife's an attorney and a Marine. So you guys want to feel sorry for me, you can, because getting in an argument with her is a guarantee I lose every time. And we were walking on eggshells with her, and 6 weeks later, she started smiling and dancing with our daughter, and we got my wife back. And she was just in a tailspin of hormones. And my wife's part Filipino, so she loves her rice and her carbohydrates. She loves chocolate brownies. And so she just had a fog, but she didn't know it. And she wasn't willing to do my diet. I'm a diet specialist on a ketogenic diet. She's not going to do that. Refused to. And that was a game changer for our family. Our relationship is dramatically improved because my anxiousness has calmed down, her mood is elevated, and we can just communicate better. Okay, I want to ask you just to clarify. So you're saying these ketones right here is the same thing our body produces. This is what it looks like, guys, by the way. And there's other ones. So I did a 72-hour fast, and Chris gave me some samples. She gave me this one, and then she gave me something that looked like protein powder. Honestly, I really didn't know what I was doing. I was just listening to her. I love to eat like food all the time. These things were a game changer because for 72 hours, I had no food. I only had water and these things right here. But my question is, ketosis, what is that exactly? Because I just want to make sure it's clear. And what you're saying is this is ketosis? Yeah, so prior to our product, the way to get into ketosis, you either had to do a 72-hour fast. And then, so without our product, that fast would have been climbing Mount Everest. It would have been really hard. Because what you're trying to do on the fast is to actually get your body to burn your own fat and produce ketones. But it takes 3 days to 6 weeks to do that on your own. So you can either do that through the diet, like an Atkins or a really low carb, high fat diet. That's what our ancestors would have done. Or you can do it through a fasting where you just don't eat any food and you just drink water and you get the same production of ketones. So a ketone is, prior to our product, is that you would cut a really low carb diet, potentially a higher fat diet, and a pretty low protein diet. That's the traditional ketogenic diet. And then your fat would go through your liver and it would oxidize and turn into ketones. And then your body would start to run on this super fuel. And most people don't get there, but if you do the diet really well, you start to feel like, I feel good, I feel alive, I feel great. That's what normally happened to our ancestors on a regular basis. So true story, Navy SEALs and NASA astronauts were having some really bad health problems, and they needed to be in ketosis without doing the diet. And that's how our product got invented, and that's how we brought it to the world. So our product is bioidentical to the production of ketones in your own body, so you don't have to do the diet to do it. But here's the coolest thing is that when you drink ketones, your body gets better at burning your own fat, which helps you produce more ketones. So that's why anybody in our company that's been with our company for a while, they've lost, if weight loss is their goal, I'm the same weight from when I started, but they've lost 50, 60. We have a lady down 250 pounds and she's maintained it for 3 years. Never, like, no worry of going back up, no worry of falling back into the tailspins, because what's happened is she's learned how to change her life, and the product is kind of there to support her while she's going through her journey.
Pre-workout, can it be used as a pre-workout as well?
Yes, I just got off a call with a guy. I'm helping him run a 100-mile race.
One second. Does everyone in here know exactly what a pre-workout is?
That's a smart question.
Danielle, do you know what a
Yes.
pre-workout is? Renee, answer please. Raise your hand.
Yes, I know.
You guys are amazing. This is amazing. I love your energy.
Some people don't. Can you explain what a pre-workout is, please?
Yeah. So pre-workout is like using something before they go to the gym to help them get better performance in the gym. The truth is, I've been in the fitness industry for a long time. I work with professional bodybuilders. I had 8 gold medals this year in the Olympics, that you've used it for performance. Same product my mom drinks, by the way. It's not any different. They're exactly the same. And I recommend it a little earlier, about 30 to 45 minutes before you go work out and before you train is what I recommend. Now, we do have some new fun little things, but starting out, that's where I get everybody to start. My mom took 2 minutes off of her 1 mile walk time with 1 serving of our product. And at 72, that's a big deal, which is more than the 0.4 seconds the Olympic athletes got taken off of their time to win gold. So, but yes, it's a great pre-workout. But what we found with a lot of our really high level athletes, they like the recovery side of it even better. So they use one after their workout as a recovery, because they can train more often, which is good for the longevity of their career. So there's maybe more evidence that the recovery is better than the performance, but they're both really, really good.
Gotcha. Who else has a question? On mic.
And you all just,
I have a question.
So be careful.
Hi, I have a question.
This is
Yes,
Tina's
ma'am.
mother, Miss Hattie.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, can you take it before and after, or just one or the other?
So most people start out with 1 a day. A lot of people just replace it out with a meal. So most people drink this in the morning. It's not a meal replacement, but let's be honest, most people are eating too much in general. So it's a great way to have them have it in the breakfast. It helps suppress the appetite so you can go to lunch. And that's called intermittent fasting. It's a nice strategy to start like the 72-hour fast. I didn't want to fast for 72 hours, but it's when you start progressing and not eating as often, it's easier to eventually fast. So most people start out with 1 a day. And then if you're really into like really health and wellness and performance, they'll do 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. And Mom, that's when I would go to 1 before your workout and maybe 1 a couple hours later. And we have a caffeine and a caffeine free. So you can choose the caffeine free if it's later in the day. Or my wife's been drinking caffeine free the whole time, both ways, but I use it before and after. And then I also use something to help it at night for sleep, but I'm really into like anti-aging, and I'm going to be an old man when my kids graduate from high school. So I do everything I can to stay young. So I'll be 65 when my youngest graduates high school. So.
All right, thank you. Now I just heard you say something about sleep.
Yes.
You
Yes.
have something for sleep too?
Same product. It's the same product. Most people, when they start hearing us, they're like, this doesn't make any sense. It gives you energy, focus, but it helps you sleep. What people don't realize is when you wake up in the middle of the night, there's a few reasons. Some of you ladies, you may be in that mid 40s, early 50s. I can't see everybody on here, and the hormones might be changing a little bit. So you might be waking up around 3:30 in the morning, get up and go pee. There's some components to that. And I see some head nods there. I see some. So what you're going to find is people are waking up for different reasons. They're waking up because their brain isn't relaxing. They're waking up because they're retaining fluid improperly and they're peeing it out and their body has to get rid of it. They're waking up because they're running out of energy. You need energy when you sleep. Ketones are energy. They're not stimulant. Like your energy drinks actually are not energy. It's a fallacy. It's unless it has sugar in it, but that's not the energy you want anyway, right? Caffeine doesn't provide energy. It provides a spark. It provides a lift, but there's a fall with that. Ketones. So at night when you're drinking ketones, or you drink them maybe even in the afternoon or in the early evening, what happens is you get a sustained energy, so your body gets to relax and calm down. It's the same reason why Navy SEALs and NASA astronauts wanted it. It calmed their brain down. which is a great way to improve sleep. You improve sleep, you improve health, you improve anti-aging and longevity. So growth hormone goes along with that. So it's a great sleep aid. The neat thing is my mom got better sleep by just drinking it in the morning. And this is how I taught my mom. I go, drink in the morning, eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, and start becoming this most carb conscious and like as often as you can. Meaning if you can choose to take, the French fries away and use broccoli instead, then that's a win. If you have 5 French fries, celebrate you didn't eat the whole basket. And start moving in the right direction of what you consider better, and then really praise yourself for doing better. And that's really our mission, is to let people find that their own way.
Dee and Kim, I know they both take the ketones with me. Would you guys like to share your experience, or if anyone else has a question?
Oh yeah, I mean, I love it. I definitely, even though I'm always in a good mood, whatever you say, Tina, it does help me improve my mood. And honestly, I will say it is like, I've been real smart at work, very smart at work, more so than usual. I'm a smart girl. I'm a paralegal, so I'm smart already, but I've been real smart at work. Even my boss was like, "Oh wow, you came up with yeah, I'm real smart." So I have to say, I am enjoying this product. I finally downloaded, when you join this, when you start getting the ketones, he's gonna give you like this little download. And he told me, he's like, I don't want you to step on the scale at all. But I had to do a performance test. So I had to see how many jumpy jacks I could do, how many push-ups, how many this, how many that. And then I'm gonna measure to see how much better I've improved. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm having very good results. I haven't jumped on the scale, but I'm
proud of you.
Yeah, if you want to connect with Dustin, we can make that happen, and he can send you that same link that Dee has, and we can all get on.
I don't mind doing weekly coaching calls. My best gift is to problem solve and help come up with solutions where people are in dynamic, because not everybody's life is the same or starting out in the same place. But just to touch on Dee's point, the scale is only one metric of success. And like you guys talked about earlier, my wife literally is like, she wakes up, she was just glowing, she was beautiful, amazing, all this stuff going on. She gets on the scale, she was 3 pounds heavier. Instantaneously, her mood switched. Well, we found out she was pregnant. It wasn't anything other than she was pregnant. And then, but what she felt about herself was the important part. So I always tell people, if you're ready to change your life, let's set a destination, and then let's find other ways to measure success. Success is sometimes just being grateful for what we're doing. Success might be going to bed at 10 o'clock consistently. Success, because all these things are the recipe for a better lifestyle. Maybe walk them make it walk a mile a day. Let's set a benchmark for success. And that's what Dee and I talked about. It's like, the product works. The product's amazing. We know that we can just be better. And we know that if we can create a life that we can sustain, we'll maintain the results that we create. And then we can weigh yourself every once in a while to check in. But that scale, man, that'll trip you up, and it'll most likely cause you to gain more weight because it stresses you out anyway. So you get me, I'm getting all excited, but I'll coach all day long if you guys let me.
Daniela, do you have a question? I see you're on mic. We can't hear you.
Oh, I didn't on mic. I'm good, thank you.
Okay, so for those of you that, Kim's back. Kim uses the product. Kim, tell me your thoughts, what you like and don't like, if you have questions.
So for me, I love it because I take it when I get up in the morning at 6:30, and I normally start work around that time, and I'm just super focused. And I find that I'm more on schedule. So 6:30, I drink it. 9:30 at night, my body's like, listen, go to bed. So it allows me, it kind of like gave me a schedule. My day is full. I eat at 11:30, 12 o'clock. I have dinner around 5 o'clock, and then I'm done. But I'm not munching like I was before. So it definitely helps with my focus because I'm kind of all over the place. And it definitely helps me from eating junk food all day long.
And then I also will say, Tina, that week I wasn't working out. I ran out my ketones. I was tired. So I got to make sure. I was like, What my ketones? What my ketones? But it does. It gives you the energy to carry you through. It's so true.
So
It
I just wanted to ask those, oh, sorry, go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to speak to what Kim said because I am so proud of her. When she first started doing her, I said, what do you need support in? She said, consistency. So she's got it down now. Look at her every morning at 6:30, and she sees what happens when you are consistent. So that's awesome.
So for those of you that Renee, Cynthia, Katrina, I'm going to leave you alone because it's your first week. Cheryl, I'd like you guys input / questions. Like, are you taking anything currently for energy before you work out? Are you taking any type of supplements? Talk to me. You as well, Carmel. Just curious.
I'm not doing any of that, and they see I need to. I truly do, because I literally got to push myself up out of my bed to not to get a text. Why am I don't see you? You know, so. But I appreciate it. But I feel that what everybody said about, especially about the clarity and the focus and the creativity and all that other good stuff, and the help with the suppression of the appetite. Yeah, I need that bad in my life. And he's right about that scale, because when I saw that number of them scales, it ruined the rest of my day.
I want to tap into something Carmel said to me when we first before we actually got the product and used it. I was like, well, I don't know if I want an artificial product. You know, I want to get something from nature, blah, 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 blah. And she says, well, Tina, if it helps you, why not? Carmel, what are your thoughts? I'd love to hear your comments on the product. Did you try it yet?
I haven't tried it. And that's what I'm trying to ask also is, do you need to, like, what, do you take it on an empty stomach? Do you take it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take it on an empty stomach.
Well, you don't have to. Most people do. You don't have to, though. By no means do you need to, but most people drink it in the morning on an empty stomach. And
what's the recommendation?
Well, I tell everybody, start with 1 serving a day, and then you can progress from there. You know, it's just 1 serving puts you at a therapeutic level of ketones in your brain in about 30 minutes. So you're going to see the rise in your brain and your quality of your brain health, which helps with appetite suppressant and just focus and overall feeling good. I do want to say,
day?
well, it depends on the person. You seem pretty fit, like you like to move your body a little bit. So you might actually go through them. Remember, ketones are real energy, not a stimulant. So you might go through them a little faster because you're more mobile versus somebody that maybe sits at an office all day. They may get it a longer effect than you. But you also, because your body's more efficient, because you do move all the time, you're going to probably notice in more enhancement cognitively sooner because of your mobility. It is all natural. It's nothing about our product is synthetic. It's 100% all natural. It's the only all natural ketone supplement that's ever been created. It's vegan. It's the cleanest with the top functional, holistic, naturopathic doctors.
Now,
And does it break your fast?
No. So I always, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I missed what you
Can I
said.
say something real fast? Sorry.
I missed both of you. What did you say, Carmel?
No, I got my questions answered. I'm good. Kim had a question.
I just wanted to say something. I have one of the most sensitive stomachs on the planet. Chris and I were talking about it. I'm allergic to everything. And this is one product that doesn't bother me. I started off with the half a cup, making the full bottle, and then drinking half of it for the first 4 days, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember because that seemed like so long ago. But now when I drink the full bottle, I don't have any side effects from it. And I've tried a lot of weight loss things. And the one that has caffeine is like 1 cup of coffee, which is nothing. I've taken some things where I'm sitting there like a crackhead, like, oh my God, what is going on? And it's like it has caffeine in it, but it's more like a natural feel of energy than you having something that's artificial. That was it. Just wanted to add that.
So Dustin, Chris had told us when we first started to do half. Would you suggest that for the people just starting? She said, put it all in 1 container and then do half one day and half the other day.
We used to have people do that more aggressively when we first started with the original formula, but most people that don't have somebody that has a sensitive tummy or just sensitive, like really hypersensitive to things, I tell them they go a half a pack twice a day starting out. But I would say 90% of people I have start with a full serving. Just drink it over 30 to 45 minutes. Let it slowly absorb. Don't pound it really fast. And just a reminder, we do have caffeine and caffeine free. Ketones are the energy. Caffeine's the stimulant that, a lot of people like caffeine for different reasons.
Chris, which is the one that you gave us? Was caffeine or caffeine free?
I think look at your packet, you might have got like one caffeine and then the rest caffeine free. I'll say charged if it's caffeine.
Okay. I'll look.
Yeah, it's like 89% of the orders are caffeine. The Americans are caffeine-aholics, so that's usually what people buy. We give this to just so I know, I give this to my 2-year-old, my 5 or 6-year-old, and my soon-to-be 8-year-old, and my wife who's pregnant has drank caffeine the whole time. I work with the chairman of NASA. This was developed for, I can't bring most products to the market to these individuals and have a conversation with them, but I can with this. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Congratulations, by the way, Dustin.
His wife's going to have a baby, next month?
Yeah,
November 2nd, my birthday. Oh, thank you.
Number 4.
4.
Wow. Hey,
Cheryl, you're quiet. I want to hear from you, Cheryl. Questions, comments?
I have a question. I
No,
understand.
I'm just listening. I just reached out to Chris. I sent her a text message, so we'll chat later whenever she gets back to me. I already reached out to Chris. So no need to ask any questions. I already text her.
Daniela, did I hear your voice?
Yes. So I understand it says it's all natural, but what is it made out of? Plant-based, or what is it made out of?
Unfortunately, I can't give you the full answer. We have 42 patents that we're finalizing, so some of the things are still under patent regulations for me to speak about. But we use things. It's the ketones themselves is the patent, right? That's the secret weapon. Ketones are a natural process in nature. Dr. Mary Newport just talked about this. Actually, ketones have been around for like 6 billion years or something. So you can find them in nature. They're not animal source necessarily. They can be an animal source also. They're a byproduct of production within the human body or any animal source that metabolizes fat for fuel. We use our other ingredients are keto-friendly sweeteners like stevia and erythritol, which have been around for many, many years. They're all naturally processed in the world, and nothing about that is synthetic. And then we use a fermented amino acid process. This is what allows it to become vegan-friendly. Is a fermented amino acids, where most amino acids that people make or have are actually from rabbit hair and duck feathers. And so we use that as a binding to keep the ketones together. And then all of our flavoring is all natural. It's all from if it's from like a essential oil flavoring, it could be an extract from a different fruit or vegetable to create the flavoring from the flavor houses. So we keep everything very clean that way. And then the facility that's made out of it's basically like a medical facility. It's not, but it's the way you have to wear like a suit, hats, glasses. You can't walk into it anymore. It's all now blocked off. They don't let anybody just walk in through the facility anymore. Like it's super clean room that you would see like to make a medication. So it's a pretty neat place. It's pretty special.
I just want to say it does taste really good because I only drink water, so I look forward to it because it's like, yay, I get something sweet. So I love the taste.
Right.
So I do have one quick question though. So ketones, you say something the body produces naturally. Is that also something you can get from like fruits or vegetables?
No, you can only get it through, if you ate enough cheese, you could get a trace amount. You'd have to eat a lot of it or drink milk. So, but it'd be a lot. So the only way, its only way it's produced is through your body's own ability to burn its fat. And unfortunately, because of how bad our health is in our country, most people actually aren't burning fat very well anymore. And so they're not producing ketones at all. So they won't even get the benefits of the diet. They can't do it on their own. My sister, who's down 100 pounds, she couldn't produce her own ketones. She had to supplement them. And then now she's 100 pounds down and lives her life. And then so the reason that's so important to me is that right now in the world, people are fighting and struggling. I was the guy as a trainer saying, you just need to exercise. You need to eat better. You need to, improve your mood. You need to do the right things. First off, I didn't have kids. I didn't have an international business. I didn't have to have a hip replacement. I was this young punk kid, right? Well, now I understand the science. People that are over 20 pounds overweight for more than 2 years, there's a good chance their bodies metabolically can't metabolize fat very well. It's almost like it's not your fault that you can't lose the weight and get healthy, because people are saying you need to change your mood, you need to change your attitude. And I agree, those things need to change. But when your brain is starving and your cells are starving, your body feels like it's like twice as much work to go up and move. Willpower can only last you for so long. And that's why we see people get out of wheelchairs. I mean, we have a girl named Kat. The first time I met her, she's literally in a wheelchair in the back of our room. Well, that woman walks into our rooms on her feet. She's in the wheelchair because she was obese, not because she had like an illness or anything. And she's up there dancing on stage. But the product gave her the ability to now start to make the choices that she needed to make. And it gave her, and then we supported her, met her where she's at, not judged her for not being perfect, if that makes any sense. So I say this because we're in a place in the next 10 or 15 years with our kids. We need to make the change. But we need to also know that people keep failing on their own without the right support. And this is a scientifically backed, evident product that gives them the support so that they can keep making the better changes. And that's why I'm excited and I'm really passionate about it, is because, there's a lot of crap out in the world right now being sold that isn't going to really help people long term, at least not the masses.
I want to tap into what you said, Cheryl, because I said the exact same thing before I used the product. It was like, I don't want to spend something on a supplement. Is there something I can buy that's like it? And I guess I didn't understand. It's not what you're eating, it's what you're not eating. And I guess I just today understood what he meant, because you guys know a few weeks, you did it too, Cheryl. A bunch of us started the 72-hour fast. And to be honest, guys, the only reason why I did it is because someone said I could not do it. And if someone challenges me, I'm going to do it. That's really the only reason why I did it. Dustin, your camera went off. Not sure if you know. I know you're driving. But pretty much what he's saying. I
do have to hop over. I'm in a bridge right now. I have to hop over. I had another Zoom that was 20 minutes ago. I got to jump over to.
Okay, you can go. We'll let Chris take over. Go.
I'll tell you what, guys. If you ever want me to do some coaching, I will do point blank coaching.
Here. Go.
So, bye, guys.
Yes, bye. So, Chris, just to clarify, Chris, what ketosis and what the ketones are. So when I did the 72-hour fast, my body started producing this right here. And the only way you can produce this is if you fast for 72 hours, or if you're on very, very low carbs and a lot of fat. Is that correct?
Okay, let me fine tune that. So it takes probably 72 hours for your body to start. So you got to the starting point of your body.
Okay, wait. Before you continue, to let you guys know how I felt, I actually documented how I felt. So I put like the 10th hour, the 24th hour, the 36th hour. I wrote down how I felt as I was going through the process. And shockingly, I did have a lot of energy. I did still teach classes, which shocked me because, again, I had no food, just this right here. And at the very end, I was like, I could go more hours without eating, but I was like, why? I want to taste food. So I could have gone longer than 72 hours. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. So what Dustin was saying, it takes about 72 hours for the average person to achieve that state of ketosis where their liver is actually producing the ketones. Now that's average. It can take some people 3 weeks to get to that state. And the best way to do it is by fat, like no food, because when you introduce carbs, your body's going to use the carbs first. It's going to hold off on making the ketones until it's done with the carbs. So depending on your level of movement and your exercise and how you're burning all this, the glucose that you get from food and carbohydrates, once that's depleted in your body, then your body kicks in to start making ketones. So you hear about these people in the ketogenic diet, and they allow themselves to have about 50 grams of carbs during the day. And they'll burn through those carbs, and their body gets used to having just those 50 carbs. And
I thought it was 20.
Huh?
I thought it was 20.
20, yeah. You can, it's different for every person. It can be 20 to 50. The lower you go, the easier you're going to be getting into ketosis. All right. But to go to 20 carbs, I got to tell you guys, you're almost a carnivore at that point. I don't know. It's just hard. So these people that are on straight up ketogenic diet with no extras, they can knock themselves out of ketosis really quickly. And it can take anywhere from 3 days to 3 weeks for them to get back to efficient ketosis. Now, that's why we have these drinkable ketones. We can stay there. We can stay in that state. What they have found, it's not the fat burning effect that's really helping us. It's the actual molecule of the ketone that's floating around in our bloodstream, giving us the good mood, giving us the energy, giving us the willpower to not eat that horrible stuff because our body is satiated. It's fuel. It's just like you ate a big meal. You drink a bottle of ketones, it's going to fuel you more efficiently than all the food you could eat if you ate a big meal. We do want you to eat, though. I do not want you to starve yourself. And I eat 2 meals a day, and I eat a ton each of those meals. In fact, I'm getting ready to go eat a meal. But I load up on those 2 meals. But these ketones are the fuel that keeps me going in between. And it keeps me upbeat. It keeps me happy. It keeps my mental clarity and focus. And as we age, we need more and more help with that, because our glucose, the fuel we get from food, it doesn't get through to the brain as easily as we age. So the longer we age, the least likely that glucose is going to get here and help us. The ketones will go in there in a heartbeat. They get right in. Does that help? Is it?
Well, I have a question, Chris. Is this something, taking these samples, is this something that's, since we're saying it's a support, for me, it would be a support. I've used products like this before. I do know the benefits of them and that they do work. One of my problems is I don't like to take medication. It still feels like medication. It's still a constant thing. So I've had to implement using different ways at different times. Focus on eating. It's a jumble for me that I don't fell off all off the loop. But is this something I'm going to have to implement for a lifetime, or can I use it as support just to get back on the wheel and pick up maybe during down times when I know I need it? Or is this something I got to take every day?
I take it every day because I love it, and because it's a business too. There's a huge business opportunity with this, and there's a way to get free ketones, and that's just by being a customer and having 2 people that are doing it with you. So it can be very affordable to take it every day. It is for me. I love it every day because I love how I feel on it. Dee can attest to how she ran out of ketones and she didn't feel so hot. I would like to introduce this concept to you instead of calling it a supplement, because we at Prove It don't like to call it a supplement. We call it nutrition technology. This has never been available before until Prove It brought it to the market, or until the government brought it to the Navy SEALs and NASA. They used it first, but we brought it mainstream and improved it quite a bit. But it's nutrition technology. It's a way to put yourself in ketosis. As Dustin said, we have not been there since the day we were born, because once you are born in ketosis. God made us in ketosis. But once you start getting fed food, your body starts losing that ability to be in ketosis. So it's like the invention of the century, guys. It's like the invention of the iPhone. This is nutrition technology. There's nothing else like it. So you can look at it. It's a drink. I mean, I mix powder with water. It's my favorite drink that I have all day. Like Tina said, it's something to look forward to. We have so many good flavors. When it first came out, there was one flavor, it was kind of yucky. Now we have really good flavors. So I put him, I mean, it's like my go-to juice. It's my drink I do in the morning. And then right now I'm having just like a half a scoop just for a little flavor and a little boost. But yeah, it's something you can use it to get you where you want to be. And you can take that ability. It's your mindset. However you want to use it. If you go off of it one day, it's not like a building block. Like you have to keep building. And if you don't take it, it's going to all go away. No, it just works every day. The same starting point. You got the same starting point. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it answered me. For me and my brain, I can treat it like my sinus medication. It's seasonal allergies. My life changes. So sometimes part of ketosis and research was why I had weight loss surgery. I used to be 274 pounds, but I also knew that took a journey. But medical, like Chris talked, Dustin talks about, there are things that between pre-diabetic and all of those things that my body was not. It was a full reset for the type of surgery that I had. That's what I had. But it caused me to look at foods that I eat, how to make my body now naturally get back on track of producing ketones, how to keep myself there. But life happens and you fall off track. So I need some kind of like seasonal allergy medicine. My mindset is, but in this season, I need some extras. Next season, I'm going to be going and running so much and back on my routine that it's not going to require me to invest so much into this part of feeding my body that I'm just going to be too happy, too on the go if I got too much energy.
I love it. And feel free to call me or I can connect you with Dustin. You can have talks about that weight loss surgery. You can have talks about how this goes with what you've got going. He will talk to any of you. And like he said, he will talk your ear off. But feel free to reach out to me or Tina and get our numbers, and we will connect you with Dustin or whoever you want to talk to, because we cater it to you. This is custom. You ordered these ketones. You've got us for a coach. Dustin's happy to come on and coach us. He's so knowledgeable about anything fitness. It's crazy. So on that note, any other questions? Tina, you got
one quick one, Chris.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something with what Dee has said, because being that she didn't have it in her system, she felt really tired, because she didn't have it for so long. So that, and I'm maybe because I'm coming from the addiction side of me, that when she said that, like a red just like went, you don't want to touch it, stay away from it, don't go there.
Red flag. So for me, I felt, okay, so you take these ketones again, right? I'm already in the mindset, I need to move my body and this. Having the ketones in you, it's like a boost, right? So yeah, I didn't feel like as energized and energetic, but I still worked out. I didn't feel like,
It was her old her, not her new her.
And it was my old. It was the old me. Like, what? You felt what? What happened? So it just like a little trigger warning went off. It was just like this.
Well, Cynthia, let me explain it this way. As the farther you get into it, I've been drinking it for a few years. What happens is that you start making all those better choices. So on top of the just drinking the ketones making you feel better, it's all these choices that you have built on that make you feel better. The more movement, the more this, the more that. So if you do stop drinking ketones, you've elevated your progress to like here because you were motivated with them. So you will be in a better place. It's a tool to get you to a better place. You're not going to go in any kind of withdrawal or anything, but what if you could drink them long enough to lose 50 pounds and look how much more you can do when you've lost 50 pounds and you're 50 pounds lighter and you choose not to drink them anymore. Well, that's okay, because you can stay at that 50-pound weight loss because you know how to do it. You've built the power, you've built the habits, you've built the mindset, you've built the knowing what to eat, which you knew what to eat on your vacation. I was so proud of you. And it's a tool. Use it for a tool to get you where you want to go, guys. I'm not saying you have to drink it the rest of your life. I know I am, because I do like the brain fuel effect, but use this technology to progress you to the next level.
So really quick, because I know we want to get out of here. We're near the top of the hour. This is for Katrina and for Quinn Cynthia. Before this product, I was using a different product. It was something, and I still use the other product too. It's Fizz from Arbonne. It's vegan as well. Before that, I was using a different type of pre-workout. I don't know about you guys, but I've always used something before I worked out to give me more energy, because when you work out, you just work out. Most people that work out, they take something before they work out for energy. That's what I loved about this, and the tightening of my appetite, because I love to eat. Just like Katrina, I should know that because it's like partial my name. Would you be taking this? Do you have to take it forever? Like for me, I take protein powder, protein shakes every single day. I'm going to do that for the rest of my life, just because it's a part of my living, like washing my face and that sort of stuff. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. It makes sense.
Got it. Understand.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I do a protein shake. Keto, we make a protein shake, and I ran out, and I'm drinking one now that I had in my pantry, and I'm spoiled with the Prove It Keto Shake. It's just not the same, guys. I'm like, and I'm waiting till my smart chip comes around again, and I'm suffering. But I do encourage you to do a protein shake if you do a protein shake, because not all of them are created equal. I advise that you take 1 to 2 eggs, preferably 2, because they got the best bioavailable protein. Mix it in your protein shake. It's going to give you that boost of protein.
That does not sound good, Chris.
Do you do it in a blender?
That does not sound good, Chris.
You don't taste it. You don't taste it.
It gives it a creamy, frothy flavor. Do you do it in a blender? You have to do it in a blender.
I want to eat my eggs. I want to chew.
Yes.
You will not know the eggs are in there. Their consistency. Detailer.
Why not just chew them?
Well, you can chew.
You can chew them.
With your
Keep
shake.
chewing the poor baby chicken.
I'm with you, Tina. Let me lay the eggs out so I can have something to chew. I'll drink the rest of it. Leave me something
It's
to
just
chew.
a way to maximize your protein shake.
What?
It's just a way to maximize the protein shake for you to get the best bang out of your buck.
Eat the eggs with it. You can.
Danielle has a question.
No, it's not a question. It's ew. But I remember as a child, there used to be this vitamins my dad used to give me. He used to pour it. It's like, that's nasty. I gotta go. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.
Well, we're trying to do a photo so we can get out of here.
Take a photo, but I have another Zoom.
Photo in 1, 2, 3. Gotcha. All right, guys. Class tomorrow, 6 a.m. Spin class, 30 minutes, or tomorrow night, 6:30 tomorrow night. See you then.
So you are doing spin tomorrow morning?
Yep, spin tomorrow at 6. You better come on anyway. You can still walk.
Yes, because I can't come at 7 anymore. Yeah.
Oh, why not 7?
I have to go to the office.
All right, bye. See you at 6 a.m.
Is it 6 a.m. Central Time or
Eastern?
Okay. It's
6 a.m.
Eastern.
Eastern. Where do you live?
I'm Eastern because I thought I don't know. I looked at the calendar wrong. I thought this one was like 6 o'clock Eastern or 6:30 Eastern, and it hadn't started yet.
Tuesday, Thursday, 6:30 Eastern.
Tuesday, Thursday, not Monday. Okay.
Remember we said we're going to try for Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yes. But I had a moment, so I was like, oh, let me hop on. Okay. All right. Thank you. Let me go handle the rest of my business now. Bye.
I see you.
Tina, real quick. You still there?
Who are you talking to?
Tina?
Yes.
Real quick. Marie Louise. Bye, Chris. Marie Louise she wanted to know if she could join the online studio.
Of course.
Do that.
Give her the link.
That's it.
Renee made a nice new schedule for us. So I'll text her the schedule and let her know.
Okay, that's it.
Girl, I've been fighting the poopage so bad. I took that ballerina tea. I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Go.